Hey there, Virgo. Thanks for joining me. Okay. Oh, I love the Fool. The Fool, I think, is my favorite card in the deck. And if you've watched my readings before and seen this card come up, you know that there is some debate, and there's some books you'll find that have the Fool as the very first card in the Fool's journey up through the major arcana. And some books actually put it at the end, as the end of the journey. I definitely put the Fool at the end because he's usually up on top. It's interesting. He's not actually in this deck, although maybe this castle's on the top of a hill. I don't know. But he's usually on top of a hill, teetering on, or a cliff way up high, teetering sort of on the edge. And I feel like he went on a journey to get all the way up to the top. So although he seems careless and that he's just rushing blindly ahead, I think that as you make the journey through the majors, you learn all these lessons, and in the end, you do have all those lessons, and you are mindful of all the trials and tribulation, ups and downs you went through on the way. But in the end, you realize you just sort of have to go with your heart and go with your gut and go for it. And there are always going to be people that tell you not to do things and be careful and watch out. I mean, maybe right over the cliff it's not as bad as it looks, and maybe there's water down there. Maybe, you don't know. Maybe he has a parachute or something. I don't know. But I really feel like the Fool is telling you, I don't think they're foolish. I think they realize in life that you need to follow your heart and go for it, because if you're always worrying about making everyone else happy, and it doesn't have to be selfish, but you need to make yourself happy and live your life, or else you're not going to be of any use to anyone else. So the way I see this playing out already is, these two energies together are actually kind of similar. The Queen of Wands really goes for it. She sets her sights on something, and she's going to go through this choppy water, and she's going to make it happen. She's not going to let little things or what other people think make her stray from what she wants to create. And the Fool is going for it as well. So that's a really wonderful energy. So let's look at the other card. Next card, Queen of Wands. So the Queen of Wands is a very strong and independent fire sign woman or man. She's very passionate and resourceful, and she's a visionary. She's able to really manifest her passions, take things from that spark of thought and emotion and bring it to fruition, really make it real, make things happen. So she would be an entrepreneur and someone who could really motivate people, and she can see. It's interesting. It shows that she usually has a cat, but she's out here and she's in some rough waters. But her gaze is far ahead. She's looking. She's playing the long game. She's looking ahead. But the Queen of Pentacles is very slow and methodical. This queen is not. She's less patient, and she sort of, instead of just nurturing and waiting for things to come about like the Queen of Pentacles, she makes things happen. She has a little bit of the magician in her, I would say. She's able to manifest things quite well. So this is a wonderful energy to have around you this week. If you really, if you have an idea, really write it down and don't forget about it, and think about it and see if you can develop it more, even if it's just the very beginning of an idea. Don't dismiss it. It may be the spark of something, of a really good idea that can become something in the future. So the next we have the Four of Swords. And this is another card that I sort of have my own meaning for. So the Four of Swords often, traditionally, it's points to recuperation and rest and healing. Coming after the Three of Swords, which can, on a mundane level, represent surgery. This is recovery after that, recuperation. But because this is a sword card, is all about thought, I look at this card as giving yourself a break. Mentally, we are just constantly beating up on ourselves, telling us we can't do things. So, we have this idea and this passion and this direction and drive with the Queen, and we're going to go for it. And boy, be careful that we don't let our thoughts creep up and say, oh no, don't do it. You can't do it. It's not a good idea. And let other people sort of get in your brain and talk you out of it. Give yourself a break. Don't overthink things. Trust yourself and go for it. So there's a lot of really strong, positive energy here. It's like an entrepreneurial energy that's very exciting and passionate and has a lot of promise. You're always going to have your thoughts and naysayers trying to keep you down, that just don't have the courage to do things and go for it themselves, and they project that on on other people. So I want to tell you that you need to go for it. Whatever is in your mind that just keeps coming up, that you always go, oh no, I can't. Oh no, you know what? We don't know how long we have here. And I always think back, Jim Carrey did this amazing, you can watch on YouTube, commencement speech. And he talks about how his father he could have been a wonderful comedian. He was an incredibly funny man, but he played it safe. And he got just a regular, mundane, run-of-the-mill job. And even I think he got fired from it. And the lesson that Jim took away was, you can fail at something you don't want to do, so you might as well go for it. And you can at least fail trying. If you fail at trying, at least that you were trying to do something you want to do. I mean, it just doesn't make sense not to go for it. So I am telling you to go for it. Be the fool. The fool is not foolish. The fool understands that this is the time, because right now is the only time we have. There's no guarantee. So be inspired and go for it. And dare, have the courage to go for it. So thank you very, very much for watching. I'm sending you lots of good vibes here from this Page of Cups. I think it's the Mars side deck. Is that what it is? I don't have that one. And really, try to manifest your dreams. Why not? What else are you doing? Thank you so much. Bye.